Hello, hello. Instagram and Facebook. Getting ready to start some Pilates here, mat Pilates, in just maybe about 2 minutes. You need a mat and a towel if you have one. You can always have a bath towel, a beach towel, even a dish towel. So who's on? Who is watching? I can see my Instas popping up. Cannot see on Facebook. Hey there, Insta. I'm a little cut off. Who do we have on Facebook? Give me a check. I am outside today, so it's a little bit different. So let me know if you can hear me. It's a super beautiful evening, so I wanted to make sure I got out. Are we good? All right, so it is 5:30 on the button. We are going to go ahead and get started with Pilates, all right? I'm going to back up just because I'm cut off of Instagram. All right, so we're going to get started with our mat Pilates class tonight. We're going to be doing some creative modifications, I call it. So adding different aspects of each exercise just to change it up a little bit. If you need to stick with the original exercise, definitely an option, right? I'll make sure that I announce those, make sure you're well aware of options, any options that you have. Let's see, okay, so Pilates, unique system, right? It's a specific order of exercises for strengthening and stretching the body. Helps with flexibility, balance, coordination, posture. So taller on the posture. I've got my list over here I'm looking at. Strengthen and tone the muscles, right? And one of the most important things is to make sure you're not feeling any pain in the exercises that we do, right? Okay. Let's get started. So come to your mat on your back. Concrete is a little hard. I'm just going to put my towel up at the end. You can use it for a prop underneath of your head. Right, we'll take the arms out to the sides. We'll squeeze in the knees together nice and tightly, releasing the arms, and let the low back head down towards the ground. Right, reaching the shoulders in the opposite direction, past the knees. Super slow, taking that down to the mat. Articulating the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Drawing in the belly button. Resisting that urge to plop down. And then once you get down there to the bottom, go ahead and rest your head down. I'm actually going to move this towel because I don't want it. And then you might, if you have a ponytail, need to rearrange that ponytail so that you are able to get your head flat onto the mat. Bring your chin down towards the chest slightly. We're going to take our hands, place them underneath of the low back. So you'll arch up a little bit to get the hands underneath there. Okay? Taking a breath in, and on your exhale, contract the belly button, pulling that belly button and the abdominals down towards the floor and smushing your fingers. Okay, so we're trying to press our fingers into the mat by using our spine to press that down. I'm going to just shake side to side. I'm getting a cramp there. So just continue with that. Nice big inhales, and on your exhales, again, pull the belly button back towards the spine, pressing into those fingertips, right? This is activating your core, your powerhouse, those internal core muscles, right? The transverse abs, internal obliques. This is the position that you want to maintain throughout all of our exercises. Belly button reaching towards the spine, spine reaching towards the mat, right? Again, it's going to activate that powerhouse. Bringing the knees into the chest one at a time. And then we're going to extend them up towards the ceiling. Again, squeezing the legs together, the inner thighs, the knees. And imagine that you're trying to get the tops of your thighs to wrap around and touch each other. That's going to take the feet and make them angle out to the outside. Here, taking my thighs, trying to get the backs, the tops together, takes my feet out in a V shape, right? All right, so we're gonna lower the legs just about 45 degrees. If you're new, right, you're gonna bend your knees slightly, or if that bothers your low back, bend the knees slightly, right? Again, no pain, and there's modifications for just about everything, okay? So option to have the knees bent or straight. Either way, these legs, these knees are coming and extending off of the hip slightly. So we're not keeping them in super tight. We're gonna let them go out and down. Okay? We're gonna lift up through the head and shoulders, tucking this chin in, looking at the belly button, and then take the hands and start vigorously pumping here at the sides, right? Imagine that maybe you're one of your kids, or maybe your grandkid, right? You're at the pool and they just smack the water, smack the water, smack the water. Water goes everywhere, it's all in your face. That's what we're doing here. Smacking the water, pumping vigorously, smacking the top of that water. All the while keeping the belly button pulled in tight. Shoulders reaching the fingers to the opposite side of the room. Keep pumping. This is our 100. This is our warm up. And then thinking about the breath, right? 4 to 5 pumps per inhale, 4 to 5 pumps per exhale. I've got a little breeze going with my notes. 4 to 5 pumps per inhale, 4 to 5 pumps per exhale. All right, hold that there. Bend your knees into your chest and go ahead and drop your head down to the mat. Get in a stretch on this neck. Again, that was our we're still in a warming up phase. So turn the chin over to one shoulder, and then you're gonna take the opposite hand and reach down for your ankle. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Chin goes to the other shoulder, and opposite hand to the opposite ankle. Awesome, bring the head back up to the ceiling, and then take your feet down to the mat one at a time, and then slide them all the way out, one at a time. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Okay. Next, still working into our warm up a little bit. Still drawing that belly button down and in. Sometimes when the legs are out straight, it's a little more difficult to get that drawing in motion. Okay, so if you need to slightly bend your knees, go for that, right? Slightly bend the knees for modification. Real quick, take your hands underneath your low back just like we did at the beginning. I'm going to show you an option. Belly buttons come in. Breath in, exhale, use your hands to push yourself up. Right, we'll straighten the legs and reach. So this is the roll up, getting some length in the hamstrings. Sit to tall, bring your shoulders down from your ears. If you need help on your way down, you're gonna put your hands back underneath and help your way down. Right? If If you're good to go with a full roll up, the hands will be up over the head. We're gonna squeeze those inner thighs together. Breath in here, pull your belly button back. As you exhale and roll up, reach long past towards those toes. Inhale as you sit here in a tall, and then cave back down, exhale. Do that again. Inhale overhead, exhale up and roll. Inhale up and slow roll down. Doing a few more of those. Inhale and exhale. Reach. Hopefully each time you roll up and over, you're able to go a little further, getting a little more length in the hamstrings. Shoulders down. We're going to do one more of those there, right? Imagine that you've got a seatbelt right across the bottom of the legs, right? Reach over, sit tall, and cave back down. All right, we're going to hold here. Take your hands down by your sides and bend your knees. Sorry about that. It's one of my kids, but you know, they can call their father. He's available. Okay, so working on some leg circles here. We're going to take our hands out to the sides in a cross position. Bring your right knee into your chest and extend that up to the ceiling. You're going to rotate externally in the hip joint so that you get that toe going out and away from you. Out and away from you. Right? Cool. All right, so we're going to take this top heel across the bottom knee, out to the side just a tad, and back up to the center. Inhale as it goes across, exhale as it comes to center. Inhale as it goes, exhale to the top. One more time like that. Right, we're good? Okay, hold that there at the top. Take your left hand. Imagine that there's a string attached to the foot and the left hand. So it's gonna follow each other. The foot is gonna go over, arm is gonna follow it, down, around, and up. Circle around over the bent knee, and circle out and back up, right? Option to keep that hand down on the ground. Our goal is to make these hip circles without rocking the core side to side as we're making that circle. One more time. Hold that here at the top, right? So you've got your hand. Then we're gonna reverse the direction. So it's gonna go away from the body, down and up towards the head. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. Option to have that hand all the way out to the side, right? Again, we have the string attached to our foot and our hand. So they're going together. Inhale down, one more time. Inhale down and hold. Both hands are gonna go behind, get in a stretch on that top hamstring. Awesome, we'll bend that foot and place it down with the knee bent. Turn back around and let's move on to the other side. Okay, hands are out to the side. Bring the left knee into the chest and extend it up. External rotation. So rotate within the hip. The toe is going away from you. Right. Inhale as you take this over the bottom knee, and then exhale as it comes up towards the chest. Inhale down, and then exhale as it comes in. Remember, before we add that arm, our goal is to make these circles without the torso moving. So if we're focusing on the part of the body that's not moving, which is our common theme, hold this at the top, right? Again, common theme is to focus on the part of the body that's not moving. That would be this torso. Imagine that we have a big belt right across and we're not able to move that. So our left foot is up. We're going to take our right hand as well, making sure, right, we've got our right hand, a string from that foot to our hand. So it's going to go over the bottom knee, circle around and back to the top. Over the bottom knee, circle around and up.
Keep breathing. Inhale down, exhale to the top. Inhale down. Okay, hold this at the top and let's reverse that direction. Hand is still attached to the foot. It goes away from the body, circle down and overhead. Away, down and overhead. Inhale down, exhale up. Option, hand out to the side. Inhale down, exhale up. Last time here, hold, slide under, and get a hamstring stretch there. You might feel different flexibility in each of your legs. That's pretty normal. We'll bend this knee into the chest, hold that there, and bring the other one up to meet it. Rock yourself side to side here. You can use those hips, it'll inch your spine a little bit longer. And take a nice big breath here. Circle those ankles around a little bit. Get some blood going back to the feet. Breath in and out. Okay, so we'll move on to our bent leg tugs. Okay. First part of exercise is to take, let's talk about right and left. Take your left hand on your left shin and your right hand on your shin as well. It's up a little higher around the knee. Okay. The right leg is going to drop down to the floor. Cool? All right. So we're holding here, pulling and tugging this top leg in. Switch. Other side. Pull in, and then switch again. Pull in. Keep going. Exhale. Exhale. Awesome. We're focusing on the part that's not moving. So we all know what that is right now, the torso or powerhouse. We'll slowly start increasing the intensity or the challenge of this exercise by extending the bottom leg out long. We're exhaling as we come in. Taking it another notch up would be to lift the head and shoulders off the ground. How are we doing? Taking your time here. Ensuring that that belly button is pulled back and swishing your fingers, just like we practiced at the beginning. Now, a little creative modification to this will be opposite arm comes over the head, right? So left knee in, right arm extended, then switch. Keep breathing. Reaching that arm right over the head. So you're all long and then in. Long on this side, then in. Long and in. Two more. Long. One more. Hold this here. If you can, keep lifted through the head and shoulders. Right, if your neck is bothering you, get some fingertips right on the back of the skull. Just the fingertips. Right? Staying here, keeping these knees pulled into the chest as best that you can. We're going to extend one leg out and then the other. We're working on your options here. Okay. Take this another level up by extending both legs out and pull in. Long and exhale. We'll add the arms. Reach overhead. Whoops. There went my drink. Wow, sorry about that zenness, right? Reach overhead, scoop, and reach past the ankles. Long and in. Inhale, exhale. Continue on. Nice big inhale and exhale. Lengthen long and exhale as you swoop and pull the knees into the chest as tight as you can. Continue here. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale and exhale. Holding here. Go ahead and drop that head down towards the mat. Still keeping contracted. The belly button is pulled in. The knees are being pulled in, right, from the work of the abdominals, the core. take your hands, we're gonna lace them together underneath of your left thigh. Keeping the toes just relaxed, the ankles, so we're not really pointing or flexing right now, just keep them free. We're gonna extend the one leg up to the ceiling and back down. Practice this here, right? So you need to contract your quad to extend up to the ceiling. Contract your quad, extend. We want this leg to be straight. Okay, switch sides, underneath the opposite hand. Extend, I'm just gonna move this leg so you can see. Extend, it's straight. Hold this up there for a couple seconds, right? Again, look and see and notice how straight it is. Let's take that opposite leg out on an angle, straight as well. Okay. Slowly start scissoring your switch here. So we'll exhale and pull this top leg in, and then switch, pull the other leg in. Switch and switch. Increase the intensity by lifting up through the head and shoulders, pulling your belly buttons back towards your spine. Maybe you can hold a little higher. Maybe you can drop the other leg a little lower. It's going to depend on your hamstring flexibility here. Keep the breathing. Couple more. Focusing on that part that's not moving. You know what it is, right? The torso is not moving here. Last time, hold this at the top. We'll keep both legs straight up into the air, and then we're gonna make a little tripod with our pointy fingers and thumbs and place those right underneath the tailbone, right? Think about where we were in the beginning when we externally rotated and squeezed the inner thighs together for that 100, and then that took the toes out a little bit, right? We made a triangle on our feet. Do that now. And then you're gonna inhale as you slowly drop the feet down, and exhale, pull this back up to the top. Trying to stop these heels right over the hips. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come in, right over the hips. Inhale, and then exhale. Option to slide those hands out. Give the head a couple fingertips. Inhale as you go down, and then exhale as you come up. Continue, keep going a couple more of those. Again, still working on keeping that spine reaching towards the mat. Your cue here on this one, the straight out and up, right, as the legs start to drop down and your back starts to arch up, that's the point at which it's time for you to return the legs back up towards the ceiling. One more time. Inhale, and then exhale here. Bend those knees, right? If you're not here already, take your fingertips out and just get them real, just fingertips on the back of the head, okay? Working on the obliques. Right? We're gonna do some crisscrosses. So we're gonna take right elbow to left knee. At the same time, the right foot drops back down towards the floor. Come to the center, and then switch sides. Left to right, center, switch sides, and center. Rotate over. Keep breathing. Exhale here. Now take this up a notch by extending that leg out straight again, if that works for you. But take your time. Center. Exhale. So we're inhaling in the center and exhaling as we rotate. Time check. We'll do one more time each side. Last time here. Awesome. Center and then drop the head down to the ground. Also the feet, one at a time, will drop. Moving on to some twists, right? Some leg drops from side to side. Bring your heels in towards your behind, right, as tightly as you're able to, and lift the heels off of the ground. We're going to take the hands out to the sides. Again, pull the belly button in, because that's the place we want to be, right? The ribs, instead of maybe them jetting up towards the ceiling, think about taking the ribs and pulling them down. So if you were trying to get the front top ribs down to touch the mat, right? We're going to inhale as you squeeze the legs together and drop over to one side. Exhale as you bring the spine back to the mat, and then switch sides. Inhale, exhale and center. Inhale and exhale, center. So the spine is going to come off the mat as we drop the knees, and then inhale as we exhale, you're bringing the spine back down to the mat. Inhale here, exhale. One more time. Inhale. One time. Last over here. Hold center. Okay. So take a little break here. Right. You're welcome to stay with that version, or we're going to increase the intensity by lifting the feet off of the floor, off of the ground. Right. Same thing. Let's inhale as we drop to one side. Exhale as you pull it back in. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Training this middle to come back in tight. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Ooh. Last time here. All right. Hold here. Let's get into our creative modification. All right, so I have some creative modifications, not one for every single exercise, but a fair amount. All right, so let's inhale as we drop the knees to the front towards me. Extend the top leg and push to the top with the bottom knee. Hold on, cramp. Okay, inhale to the back away from me. Extend your top leg, and then bottom knee is going to push that top leg back up to the ceiling. Same thing, other side. Inhale, extend to the top and push. Go to the back. You can do this with your feet on the mat as well. I'll show you that. Right? Inhale, extend to the top. Push it with the knee and down. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, extend and push. All right. Dropping the feet and the heels to the floor. And wag yourself side to side here, releasing the low back. It's very easy for your leggings to walk all over the place when we're doing these. Up, down, all around. All right, keeping these hands out to the sides. Feet comfortable distance from the behind and the feet flat, right? Draw the belly button in and tilt the pelvis up towards the ceiling. So you're going to start to engage the glutes just a little bit. Right? Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, then start to push the pelvis up towards the ceiling, squeezing those glutes. See if you can't take a quick look down and make sure that your knees are in line with those hips. We'll slowly roll this down. Articulate the spine, so one vertebrae at a time. Roll and release the pelvis. Inhale, exhale, tilt back and lift up to the top. Again, slowly come down, articulating the spine. So we're working on the posterior right now, the back side. Lift up. And let's hold this here in a lifted position. Take your right knee and bring it into the chest. And set that back down. Take your left knee into the chest right? Pushing as hard as you can with this right foot to keep that hip lifted, and we'll take that back down. Bring it into the chest, right knee, extend it up. Circle it down to the ground and back into the chest. One more time, up, circle it down, and in. That one goes down, we'll switch sides. Bring it in, bugs, extend, drop. Circle it in, bicycle here, and again. Push with the right leg, keep it high as you can, hold, and then we'll slowly come back down. Yes. A little second rock here, side to side. And let's repeat, right? Draw the belly buttons in, spine reaching down. That's going to take the pelvis and tilt it up towards the ceiling. Breath in and exhale as you press it up as high as you can. Lift your head a little bit, bring your chin down towards the chest so your neck is flat there in the back. Hold this here. Imagine that you're taking your feet and you're pushing them out and away from you. Feel a difference in activation that you get from that engagement there. Bring your right knee into your chest, bicycle it up. And again, to the mat, other leg. In, extend, bicycle. Last time, and to the mat. Slowly come down, articulating that spine. Yay. Ha. All right. One knee at a time into the chest and side to side. Let's rock. Feels so nice. Pedal out your feet a little bit, circle them around. We've got 15 minutes left. We're going to get some back in and some legs, some inner and outer thighs. All right. Hold here, rocking yourself back and forward till you get up to the top and hold. Right, hold here in your V-sit, your boat. Release those arms out to the side, lifting up through the chest and lean back away from your thighs just a little bit. Palms are up to the ceiling, so we're opening through the chest. Lift one leg off. Scooch back just a bit so you can see. One leg off. Then maybe switch, or they're both off. Knees can be bent, or if it works for you, full out boat with the straight legs. Drawing in the middle, lifting up through that chest. How are we doing? Bring the knees into the chest. Then press them to the outsides and forward fold in our butterfly here. Woo. A little rock side to side. This is a really good stretch for the hip flexors. Right, when we're doing a lot of stuff on our back and moving the legs, then it tends to work the hip flexors, especially if you're still trying to get a feel for your core strength. Awesome. All right, come on up and let's turn and sit over onto the side. We're going to do a couple side planks here, right? So we'll pull the heels in tight towards the behind, right? Legs are over here if you're with me onto your right side. Right hand rests on the ankle. The left hand is going to reach up and you're going to lean a little bit, outline your head, and look down at your feet. Feeling a big stretch in that left side. Inhale as the top arm comes up. Bring that arm down to the ground. Right? Bend your elbow. Find yourself in almost a modified plank, right? So extend the legs. Option to bend that bottom knee and lift up here in a side plank. Our goals here are to get this hip lifted up towards the ceiling. So if you need help with this little kickstand under here, which I have now, the bent leg, that's an option. Another option is to stagger your feet to one in front of the other. Third option is to stack them. There is a fourth option. I'll show you it next time. Right? All right, hips drop down. We bend the knees back in and then come back to that stretch. Look at the feet. So we're stretching and strengthening the same side. Inhale up, arm comes down to the floor. The same time, slide the legs out and lift. Option to bend the bottom knee. That fourth option would be here with the top leg lifted, right? Just being sure that you are proficient before you move on and make anything more difficult. Awesome. Hip down, feet in, and come back up, outline. Take a look down at the feet. Arm comes up, we'll switch sides, okay? Sweep those feet around to the opposite side. Right arm lifts and outline and look down. We might be doing these side planks in place of some inner and outer thigh today. Inhale, reach, arm comes down, elbow comes down. Extend the legs and reach up through the hip. Option, bent knee down. We got our staggered feet, our stacked feet are lifted. Cool. Drop the hips, feet come in, push up and stretch. One more time. Inhale, exhale as we come down. Go ahead and take those feet out and lift up in one motion here. Ooh. Making sure this elbow is underneath of the shoulder. Yay. All right, hip drop, feet in. Last time, stretch. Up and down. Let's turn over onto the hands and knees here. We gotta get more for the back side in. A couple cat-cows here, right? So exhale and pull the belly button up. Inhale, flatten it out. Pull it up and flatten it out. Pull it up, flatten it out. One more time. And inhale. All right, take the shoulders, press them down from the ears. At the same time, press the floor away from you. Puffing up between those shoulder blades. We'll do a staple here, opposite arm, opposite leg raise, a staple for the back side. Take your right foot and extend it out long. You're flexing your foot. So my foot is flexed. Extend, okay? The opposite hand, which will be my right hand, is gonna extend long. So I am making a nice straight line from the tips of my fingers to the heel of my foot. Press the floor away and puff up a little bit. Bring your belly button up. Maintain the breath here. Hand and leg comes down. Switching sides. Left leg goes out. Right, flexed. Sorry, right leg out. Left hand. Left arm reach. Hold here. Press the floor away. And in. All right, we're gonna switch again, right? This time we're gonna move it a little bit. Extend the left, flex, and the right up. Press the floor away. Belly button in. Drop both down totally straight and send back up to the ceiling. Drop down and up. Down. One more time. Nice and precise and controlled in the moves. Down and switch. Right. Right goes out, flex, left, straight drop. Inhale. Press that floor away, last time. And then in. All right, go ahead and sit back onto your heels. A little
modified hero's pose here. And we're gonna just give that a little bit of a stretch before we get down onto our bellies. Just thinking about turning my mat around. Maybe I will just add this out front. Okay, go ahead and make your way down to your belly. Prone position. Prone, belly down. This is the best way to work. Hi Lauren, thank you. This is a good way to work the back side, right? We're gonna be working the upper back, the mid back, the low back. Also glutes, tying those cheekies into the hams and low back. Thumbs out front. Head is dropped down and in, right? Bring the chin in. Pull your belly button up and away from the floor. This is activating your powerhouse. Pull the belly button up. Keeping your thumbs up to the ceiling. We're gonna inhale, squeeze the glutes. That's gonna lift the feet off the floor. Take the arms, reach them back towards your feet. And then slowly come back down. Do that again, up. And down. Again, lift. It's an exhale on the way up. We'll breathe in on, as we hold up. And then exhale on the way down. Again. Hold and down. Reaching for those feet with the hands here. Last time. This is a little teeny tiny baby swirly. It is a little baby. Cute. Okay, take a rest. Put your palm over your palm. Put your forehead on your palms. And shake your hips back and forth. Back and forth here. All right, so let's get a little lateral creative in that same exercise. Thumbs are gonna come up. Then draw the bellies up and away from the mat. Tuck your chins. Breath in, exhale, lift up. Only take one arm and look in the direction that you go. Come back to center. The other arm, look back to center and then down. Try that again, each side. Up, one side, look. Other side, look. Cheating a little bit and down. All right, a couple more of those, right? 2 more of those. Lifting up, look where you're going. So we're getting a little lateral movement in with this back work. All right, 6:12, so finish, even yourself up, make sure you've done each side. And then bring the hands back into center, palm over palm, rest your forehead. And bend your knees and wag your heels back and forth here. Put the sides of your feet together and then extend the legs back out. So you have to squeeze really hard, right? So my heels are still together. I'm going to extend them out behind me. Extend them out behind me. My feet are off the floor, right? And my heels are together. Beat your heels together. You want to keep your head down so your neck is not hyperextended, and beat these heels together. Beat, 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 beat. Draw your belly away from the floor. Now pedal them out. Swim, swim, swim. One more time. Beat them. Squeeze your glutes here. Bend the knees. Lift up ceiling and down. Straight, bend, lift. One more time. Bend, lift, and rest. Palm over palm, rest your head. Stay here for a second. We're going to let the back release.
slide your hands by your side. Push yourself up into tabletop. Right? Tabletop, nice and flat. Turn your toes under. And then extend up into down dog. Ah. Bringing the tops of the thighs up to the ceiling, up to the sky. Breath in and out. Walk your dog here, so pedal out, taking the heels down to the floor. One more lift, hips up. Shake your head, release it here. Yes and no. And then lower yourself back down to hands and knees. We're gonna bring one leg through. Okay, if you'd like a cushion for that, you can do that. But we're gonna bring one leg through. A little bit of a hip flexor stretch here before we close up. Take your toe and put that into the ground, just like you're getting ready to do a down dog. And then squeeze the glute. The knee that's down, we're gonna squeeze that glute and just shift your weight forward a little bit. It doesn't have to be light. It doesn't have to be a lot. Almost there, finishing up sides here. Okay, shift your weight back, let's switch legs. Toe is down, leg is out. Squeezing the glute of the leg that's down. Little bit of a lean forward. Okay, bring those both back together. Slide this out. And we're going to end up in child's pose here. So put those big toes together and take your knees to the outside of your mat. Shift your behind back to the top of your feet. Head goes down. Hands are going to come out in front of you. So the modified child's here. The purpose is to stretch the lats. So take your fingers, walk them away from you. Walk and inch them longer. Feel the stretch underneath the armpits and the lats right here. Bugs. Inhale, come on back up to tabletop, and then come on back around down onto the behind. We'll sit and crisscross here. Whew. Hopefully you are feeling nice and relieved. It just feels nice to be done. 6:17, we're a good time. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale down. One more time. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale down. Take your shoulders, roll them to the back. One more important muscle to get a stretch on for posture is the chest. So we'll tent the fingers on the ground. This is tenting. So we're not down on the wrists, but tent the fingers behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift up through the chest. Open through that chest. Let's take the ear over to one side and the other. If you have any questions about the modifications that we threw in there today, let me know, right? Just feel free to put a comment and I'll be sure to get back to you. That's it for today. Hopefully you can go and enjoy the rest of this beautiful evening. You still have time before it gets dark. All right, I think I forgot to say my name is Aimee. I might have said my name is Aimee. I know I gave the class description. All right, I am going to sign off. Have a great night.